Hello students, I am Varsha Gaikwad. Today we will discuss what is security, electronic security, security practices, and we will see what is SSL. So let's start. Introduction to security. First of all, why we need security? There are crores of dollars that are transferred each day. So even if small amount is misplaced, it can cause huge risk for e-commerce. Security is the protection of any computer device, communication device or network from unauthorized access to data, viruses, etc. Unauthorized person should not get an access to your computer device, communication device or network because they can access your data information which is confidential. Here communication device can be anything like your smartphones, laptop, computers, smart cards, etc. While any e-commerce transaction, there is an uplink for the user details transmission to the SET, that is Secure Electronic Transaction or banks. So security is typically defined for computers, networks, users, applications and even down to specific transactions. What is transaction? When funds are transferred from one account to another, there needs to be security. These securities we will discuss further. There are some protocols for security that we will see later. Security has several different aspects: access, data, protocols, information and transaction. All our data and information should be secure. All security systems address two or more of these categories. Security systems needs to be designed so that there is no fraudulent interaction. Okay? So, how do security protocol function? They involve some method of keeping information hidden from third parties who should not have access. Electronic security. There are many networks connected over the internet. So we keep data secure over a single network so that there is no loss of information. The internet is a collection of loosely connected networks wherein the individual host can access the former in variety of ways through gateways, routers, dial-up connections and internet service providers. Okay? So how individual host can get an access? Through gateway, routers, dial-up connection, ISP, they can get an access to the network. These are accessible to anyone regardless of national or geographic boundaries and also at any time of the day. Okay? So individual or anyone can get an access at any time to the data from any location, from national or from geographic boundaries. This is one of the advantage, but there is also a disadvantage. What is that disadvantage? Hacker or the unauthorized person can access the data anytime from anywhere. Risk that extend to valuable information may be lost, stolen, corrupted and misused. So these are the threats to the valuable information. Hackers can hack the information or data from any place. Okay, so intruders and also those who is intruders. Intruders are the hackers who can hack your information from the network or from any device. Intruders and also those who try to misuse confidential information need not enter an office or home or need not be afraid of the law, and hence no worry for them as they could operate from a different country. These hackers, they do not come to office, they do not go anywhere. They can just hack the information through online websites, and they can hack anything, any confidential data. They can steal or tamper with information without even touching a piece of paper or using a photocopier. They can steal the data or they can corrupt the data. Okay, online over the internet. There is no physical evidence left after the crime. Okay, that's why further they can create anonymous files, carry out the desired crime, no fear of leaving any physical evidence or even chased by police dogs, because there is no physical evidence left after the crime. It is easier to detect and delete any electronic clue. Security practices. Security administrator practices play a vital role in network security. Checklists and general advice on good security practices are readily available. Okay. The commonly recommended practices are: ensure all accounts have a password, difficult to guess, a one-time password system is preferable. Now when we are asked to create a password, they gives us some tips that it should include upper and lower case alphabets, some digits, some special characters. Okay, that is for the security purpose. Use tools such as MD5 checksums, a strong cryptographic technique to ensure the integrity of system software on a regular basis. Okay, so what is that? Cryptography. Cryptography is in which data is encrypted at sender side using a secret key, and then both the encoded message and secret key are sent to the recipient for decryption. Who can be the recipient here? Bank or SET. Use secure programming techniques while writing software found at security related sites on the World Wide Web. So programs which are written securely. Be vigilant in network and configuration making changes as vulnerabilities become known. Programs which controls the loopholes and vulnerabilities are the threats. Check regularly with vendors for the latest available fixes and keep system run, upgrades and patches. Make sure that your system run, it is upgraded and patches are also updated. Regularly check online archives such as those maintained by incident response teams for security alerts and technical advice. Okay, so there is a team for incident management who takes care of security breaches. Suppose any threat enters to your system, any hackers hack your information, all these threats are detected by the incident management team and they resolves the threat. Audit systems and networks and regularly check logs. Many sites suffer computer security incidents, report that insufficient audit data is collected, so detecting and tracing an intrusion is difficult. So system administrators identify the threats here. Network susceptibility to comprise is to be assessed periodically due to the increasing sophistication of intruder methods and the vulnerabilities found in commonly used application. A number of vulnerability identification tools are available which have garnered both praise and criticism. However, these tools are found useful by the system administrator after identifying weaknesses in their systems. So, system administrator have to identify the threats to their systems. These tools are also available to the intruders who are the unauthorized persons and pose a threat if acquired and missed by them. Now we will see what is Secure Socket Layer SSL. Secure Socket Layer is a technology that encrypts or codes the packets of information sent over the internet so that only the sending and receiving computers can reassemble and read the information. Okay, what is SSL? When there is a communication or data transfer between two devices, say the two devices are web browser and web server, then the responsibility of securing the data between those two devices is taken care by SSL. So data should be secured while transferring from one device to another. Encryption is used along with registered certificates that use a third-party registration service or your own registration site to confirm that your customers are actually connected to your site. The combination of SSL and certificates make transactions very secure. Many companies use the SSL method developed by Netscape Communication that automatically encrypts data passing between your web browser and merchant's server. So students, there are three factors which needs to be taken care of in SSL, that is Secure Socket Layer. First is integrity, then authentication and confidentiality. Okay, these three things are very important. I would like to tell you these things which is very important in SSL. So in integrity, when the data is transferred from one device to another, it should be transferred as it is. Means whatever the data is being transferred from the sender's side should be the same when received at the receiver side. That means it should not be modified. There should be no modification. So that is called integrity. Then authentication. Those two devices must be authenticated. Then confidentiality. There should not be the unauthorized person to hack the information. They should not get an access to your confidential data or to your confidential information. And for all this purpose, SSL and certificates are used. Okay, to make this transaction very secure. Okay, many companies use the SSL method developed by whom? Netscape Communication that automatically encrypts data passing between your web server and merchant server. Okay. Secure socket layer, again the next point. However, sensitive information is still vulnerable to misuse once it is decrypted and stored on merchant server. So even when the information is arrived on merchant server, it is not safe when it is decrypted from the original form. Okay. So vulnerable means there can be a possibility that threat can happen. This protocol fully encrypts all the information in both the HTTP request and the HTTP response, including the URL the client is requesting. Any submitting from contents, including things like credit card numbers. Any HTTP access authorization information, usernames and passwords, and all the data returned from the server to the client. We will see all the protocols in detail with diagram in next lecture. We will see the position of the SSL, where it is basically between the TCP protocol and the application layer protocol. That we will see in the next lecture. I hope you understand what is SSL. Keep studying. We'll meet in next lecture.